Okay. And you have the 9 of Pentacles. Put that together, that gives you 10 of Pentacles. This is about security when it comes to a relationship. Could be a job. But I'm seeing that you really are focusing on making something happen, getting your reward. You are like the man with a plan kind of thing. And I'm seeing the need to remain focused, and you will reach your goal. Okay, so staying focused will help you reach your goal. I have a feeling you want like the house, you want the finer things in life. However, I'm seeing this is very shallow thinking. And you're really like in no rush to settle down. And I don't think you're going to end up doing that as well. I don't think you're going to end up settling down. But you're wanting that freedom to be yourself, to concentrate on the things that you like. But I feel like if you focus so much on the material things, it could end up backfiring somehow. I could see like the end of investing in something, not necessarily monetarily, but just in a relationship. I definitely foresee that happening. But also like the end of luxury with the Death card in here, if you're going on material paths here. Okay, your issue, obstacle, or fate is our first major arcana, and it is the Devil. This is your card. It talks about limitations. I do feel like you need to limit yourself, especially when it comes to spending or over-investing in something. I see there's a need to differentiate between your needs and your wants. I do feel like there's some wasteful spending here with the 6 of Cups and the 2 of Pentacles. There's just a real focus on money. It's like you can't really hold on to it very much. Or this is somebody you know. But it's keeping you trapped. And then some of you, you're a slave to your desires. You're a slave to materialism, consumerism, and that's where the money's coming from. Others of you are focused on more shallow things like looks. I'm not trying to make you sound bad or anything. I mean, my rising is Capricorn. But I feel like there's some kind of situation that you are in that you feel like you cannot get yourself out of. And there's manipulation going on in a love relationship. There's a bully. If you're attracted to somebody, I'm seeing that you're going to realize they're with the wrong crowd. I'm also seeing you're no longer going to focus on looks, because I keep getting this person's into the bad girl or this person's into the bad boy, and you're going to kind of give that up. But that's your obstacle, okay? So not a fun obstacle, because you know those people are very alluring. You know, you really like them. There's a reason. And I'm seeing you're no longer going to pursue this path. Those are actually your steps. Why is the Devil here? It's a third-party situation. You're getting out of it. I'm also seeing you're not going to go for the looks anymore, because these are manipulative people you're dealing with, especially if they're a water sign. You got cups all over this place. And we have Cancer and Scorpio in here, so you could be dealing with either one of those. All right, let's just pull them all, because the Devil's a lot, right? Okay. Especially with the Page of Pentacles here and the Hanged Man, we have observe, not reserve, observe. I'm seeing the need to have an awakening of sorts, that this situation is a Devil situation. That you have to decide what is something you actually need and something you desire. Because there's more out there for you, is what this says. And it kind of just says, hang back and observe what's going on here. You may have to make a sacrifice in this situation to get out of the Devil, to get out of the dark. And some of you with the Hangman here, it's going back to school for some reason. But I don't feel like it's real school. I feel like it's having to learn something. Okay. And then, we have the Tower. It says rebuild. If you're planning on traveling, please don't. Please save it for another month. Tower and Devil, I do see that this situation is going to change quickly for you, which is good in this case, because he wants to be with the Devil. But I keep seeing with the Chariot, like trying to make things work, trying to pursue this relationship in your advice area that kind of keeps bleeding into your issue, obstacle, or fate. I'm seeing not to pursue this. It's the wrong person. It's going to destroy everything, pretty much. I mean, isn't that what the devil does? They come and destroy everything. And I think you're getting this awakening with the Tower and the Hanged Man here. This is coming to light for you. It's almost like suddenly you're like, oh, well, I'll just fix this then. And I'm not going to do it anymore. I know that sounds very simple. But with the Nine of Pentacles here, you're going to focus on yourself. You're going to focus on being reliant. You're not going to be chained to whatever this devil situation is, whether it's toxic work environment, a toxic person. You're going to be loud and clear with this person. You're going to stop focusing or obsessing on this person, because I feel like it's about an old love with Six of Cups and Death and all these cups in here in general, actually. You're going to be very loud and clear that you're not going to be shy about it. You're almost going to not care. I do see some carelessness here, but not in the way like making mistakes. It's more like, I don't care anymore. And you're going to say everything you want to say. In fact, you're probably doing that now. Now with the devil here in the Tower, it says there could be dire consequences if you were to continue with this obsessiveness or addiction. And no, it doesn't have to be actual addiction. It could be, but I feel like it's it's more like somebody who's just bad for you. Because honestly, if we have going after bad boys, being focused on that, the devil tells me you want something that's bad for you, especially with the Empress here. You want something that's bad for you. And that could be a lot of things. With the Ace of Cups in here and the Tower, I'm seeing something unexpected. It could end up in a way you're not expecting. I see lots of end of pregnancies. We have Six of Cups reversed. We have the Ace of Cups reversed. We have Page of Cups reversed. We have the Sun reversed. We have the Empress reversed. I'm just seeing like there could be a loss of a pregnancy with this issue. So especially if you're dealing with substances, it could cause miscarriage for some people. And I'm seeing, wow, like with the Four of Cups here and the Five of Cups, you're depressed, you're arguing. I feel like there's quarreling, especially if you're already with somebody. And I don't see you guys being together again, whether it's somebody from your past or it's current. But there's a real need for balance. There's too much here. I feel like you're not controlling impulses with the Chariot reversed here. You're a bull in the china shop. And so you need to turn that around, make it upright. But controlling your emotions again. I'm seeing you need to have informed decisions, informed actions. And I think you actually plan on doing that. But if you're planning on making a physical move, please do not. There just seems to be some trouble with it. Yeah. And you're moving on, Eight of Cups. Really good to see. You're going to move on. I feel like this could be about deciding to kind of give up on this love. I think you're having to fight some kind of shyness as well for some reason. And so you're just going to finally say, I don't care anymore. Look, this is how it has to be. And you're going to feel a little deprived, whether you get rejected or this person gets rejected. But no matter what, you're leaving the toxic situation. It's there. You're having to leave it. And then we have Three of Pentacles. So again, this could be a third party, like I mentioned earlier. But this could be in regards to work. I kind of feel like there could be a workplace bully because of that Knight of Wands and the potential outcome. This says reach out. However, maybe by the time they reach out, you're moving on, or vice versa. It's an issue, obstacle, or fate. But this is really in the spotlight. I feel like being in the spotlight means you're coming out of the dark. You're going into the light. Yeah, with the moon here, we have confront. So with the moon and the devil, I feel like there's some kind of manipulative secrecy or manipulative work behind the scene, deception, but it gets revealed for your benefit. Also, somebody could be very persuasive and try to convince you of things. They may try to make you paranoid. But overall, I'm just seeing an unhealthy obsession, an unhealthy relationship. Please let it go. Okay? And it's just going to be a journey. I don't really see Capricorns as being obsessed, so, this is pretty interesting. Now, if you're trying to control things, one, I'm seeing you kind of need to relinquish control in this situation. Relinquish the obsession. Please balance your emotions. You're a little in over your head. But with the moon and, the Hanged Man. Yeah, Hanged Man over here. Your second card next to the devil. This is telling me that when you try to control situations or a person, or they try to control you, it ends up alienating people and they just want to leave you alone. So I'm seeing that you do need to work together with this Three of Pentacles. Work with somebody. Don't kind of go off on your own. That just makes people not want to be around you. And then again with Queen of Cups here, even though she's in reverse, I'm seeing the need for you to balance your emotions. Page of Cups over here feels like it could cost you, an interview. It could cost you an audition if you were to be over emotional or not confront a situation. It could even cost you a love offer. Some of you with the Tower and the Hanged Man, you're having to go through a foreclosure. And you're having to move away from a property with that Three of Pentacles here. You could be moving houses. In that case, the moving is good. It's just like it's a foreclosure. Okay. But if you're trying to kick something, the devil here with the Hanged Man right next to it tells me it's going to be pretty easy to kick. You're just going to say, okay, I'll do it. And you do it. It may take a lot of focus, but you're really working on yourself. I do see you being single with the Nine of Pentacles here. But it's like you decide to do it and you do it. You're very determined. And there you have it. I do feel like there is a domineering bully type person in your situation. And that is best dealt with by passivity. So I do see some passivity needed here. If you have tried this previously and it did not work, you could feel like you're going back to square one with the Page of Pentacles. Or you recently had to start over at square one without somebody and you're on your own, but you've really amassed this fortune. You're Nine of Pentacles currently. I'm saying you're going to be able to kick it. And when it's saying going back to square one, it doesn't mean you've necessarily fallen off the bandwagon, which if you do, just get right back on. I'm seeing that could be going back to how you were, previously, okay? Now, some of you may lose a job as well, okay, with the Eight of Cups and the Tower here. And if that's the case, I see you might actually go back to school with the Three of Pentacles that has come out now. You may go back to school in order to kind of get more certification. Your next card you have in your issue obstacle or fate. Whew. Sorry guys, it's my bedtime. Is the Four of Swords. For some people this is rehab, okay? For whatever you're addicted to. You're just going to chill out for a little bit. Some of you, if you lose your job, you're going to take about 4 weeks, maybe a month, to pretty much meditate, pray, just get your bearings about you. That's probably where you're going to come up with this really good idea or this energy in order to kick something to the curb. Could be a person or just a habit you have or an obsession. But I really feel like you need a break. For some people with the Six of Cups here, this is the I've grown up too fast kind of feeling. And I feel like you should have more of a let's focus on the creativity and the arts kind of a scenario here. Focus more on that kind of thing. Kind of take yourself out of the rat race with that Eight of Cups here. Not necessarily, like quitting a job, but just giving some time to yourself, the Four of Swords here. And some of you may actually use this time because of losing a job to do that. And then others of you, I'm seeing, confront something, confront your shadow side, confront an obsession, because Moon is very obsessive. Could be dealing with a Pisces as well. And just think about how you're going to cut this out. Also, Moon can be about drugs and addiction as well. So obsession, addiction, whatever it is that you are drawn to. That's my sign, okay. That's what this is for you. Okay, so I'm not going to clarify these because there's a lot. These are your steps that help you with your issue, obstacle, or fate. And you have the Six of Cups reversed. So this is telling me about needing freedom or getting freedom and moving on. This is your advice, okay? Especially when it comes to the past. All right, when you have the Queen and King of Cups in your reading, what you do and your potential outcome. This tells me that somebody needs to balance their adult and their child. And I was kind of getting this feeling, but I didn't say anything, is that you have a whole lot of like grown-up responsibilities, if you know what I mean. I mean, we're all grown-ups here, but there's this need to have that balance between adult and child. Now, normally I see this as somebody's being like Peter Pan, I don't want to grow up, okay? But here, yes, you may possibly be wet behind the ears in a particular profession, not necessarily just in life. But this is more the opposite. Not wanting to grow up, but not wanting to age prematurely. I don't mean that in the shallow version, although for some people maybe that is that because I happen to have said it. This is more like all I'm doing is working and getting old. That's kind of what's going on here for most people. And this is saying take some time out. Not necessarily if you've lost a job, okay? A lot of people aren't going to lose a job. But I'm saying if you do, that's going to help you take some time out. But even if you don't lose a job, take some time to yourself. Balance the adult and the child. Have fun. And people have this perception of Capricorn, which I kind of like it, but it can kind of make us seem ho-hum. We're very hardworking. We're like on the grindstone pretty much. But that can also make people seem boring, okay? Like, what is it? All work and no play makes Jack a dull boy. That's the stereotype for Capricorn, okay? So, and since my rising is Capricorn, people can see me that way, especially in the work environment. And so I'm seeing that there's a need to balance the adult and the child, but not in the way where somebody needs to grow up. This is more like in the way like you need to grow down. So again, with the Four of Cups and the Five of Cups, I see depression, arguing, especially with the person. And you're dealing with the wrong crowd. You're dealing with what's bad for you. So can't believe like us boring Capricorns are dealing with these kinds of people. But I'm saying just take yourself out of all the situations that are the devil, okay? Whatever the devil is for you, take yourself out because you're just arguing and getting depressed. And then you're working, and then you're bored. And then you're just getting old as opposed to living your life. I do see love as rejected, okay? I'm also feeling like, with the Page of Pentacles and the Chariot, I feel like you have tunnel vision for a project or a goal. So again, like you're just sucked up into this, especially with an old love with Six of Cups here. But I feel like you're going to come to reality, or you should be coming to reality about the situation, that you're going to heal from this. It's more like a fantasy. You're going to heal from emotional turmoil. You're going to heal in general, but this relationship is ending, or this fantasy is ending. You may end up realizing that, oh, I don't really feel this way like I thought I felt for this person. You feel like you have a false heart. There's no reconciliation going on. And this is going to be revolutionary for you to realize, oh my goodness, I was obsessed and I'm not even upset about it. Like, I'm seeing like it's pretty easy to quit cold turkey. Like if you lose a job, for instance, for some people, you're not upset about it. But I'm seeing like this isn't real. And the thing is, I do feel like there's repressed emotions here, especially regarding a water sign somehow, or if you have it in your chart. Because we have the Queen and King of Cups in reverse, which are repressed emotions. Again, this is a sterility card as well. So, but I'm seeing you're going to find love and support in other ways, but not with this particular relationship or this particular job. You will find your self-esteem somewhere else. And I feel like you're going to get your motivation back. Overall, you're getting freedom for sure. But love is being turned down, and that's a good thing. You're coming to reality. But with this tunnel vision you have, I need to make like a little noise effect or something. This is the same with tunnel vision. You see this, this, and this, and you don't see that. So it could be the missed opportunity, or you're going to have tunnel vision, like you're going to focus on something so much that you miss everything that's trying to distract you, like the negativity. You're going to focus in a good way, okay? So then we have the Chariot in reverse. So again, could be dealing with Cancer. This tells me going in the wrong direction pretty quickly. And so it's saying spinning wheels, running away. Also, I'm seeing, car trouble, so do be careful with that. I do feel there's blocked expression, and that's also in your strength. So because blocked expression is in your advice as well as in your strength with the Empress reversed, I feel like you're going to have to be stubborn. Whether this person's coming after you or you're coming after them, however, I feel you're the one obsessed. But then again, I think both of you may be obsessed, honestly. Especially if it's a Pisces, they're probably really obsessed. But then your card's here too. So this is saying you're going to have to just kind of stop communicating, is what I'm seeing. Like, it's not going to go anywhere. We definitely have a dead end. I mean, the Chariot is the wheels for the Empress, and they're both in reverse. And neither one is really going anywhere here. And I see if you continue on this particular path, it's just going to, whatever you're pursuing, it's going to ruin everything. You're probably going to end up continuing to be working and getting older, pretty much. And then with Death here, I'm seeing somebody's going to try to bring back a relationship. It's another issue, obstacle, or fate over a perceived grievance that you recently had or you previously had. That's why the relationship ended. They're going to try and bring it back. And I'm seeing not to do that, like kind of keep it from coming out. And still I see this idea of no pregnancy. Just seeing there's no direction, there's no purpose with this particular job, this particular relationship. And so you need to have a focus on something else. Okay, we have the Ten of Swords reversed. So I feel like you're going to get closure and, again, move on, especially if there was a past betrayal. Like, for instance, if there was another party involved. I'm seeing less of that now, but it's more like in your potential outcome now. Ten of Swords reversed is saying to pick up the pieces and move on. And it's as if there's neglecting you're neglecting yourself. Whether you're focusing on somebody else or you're focusing on your job, you're just neglecting yourself. And that could be why this is here. You're neglecting yourself. But I also feel you should be saying no to people, especially when it comes to love, or somebody's trying to put too much on your plate. But with the Empress here in reverse, you're just neglecting your own needs. The Page of Cups reversed here is saying, do not kiss and make up with this person. Okay? I'm to see another Ace of Cups in reverse. Also, for those of you on the job, this could be talking about not getting heard. So again, blocked expression. Or not getting an interview, not getting an audition. Okay. Going to your strength, we have the Two of Pentacles in reverse. So if you have some communication that's been going back and forth, the Two of Pentacles in reverse says it would be false happiness or forced happiness. Like Ace of Cups will be coming to reality about that. You probably haven't been very happy if you're in a relationship, but you're going to choose between yourself and love. I really feel like you need to take care of yourself, and you're going to do it. Again, you're going to have tunnel vision. You're going to think about what you need to think about and forego whatever is trying to distract you, especially obsessions with an old love. If this is about marriage proposals, you're going to decide between that or not, between yourself and whatnot. But I feel like marriage proposals are getting turned down. I mean, we have a proposal card in reverse. We have a no when a proposal is being made. We have, and it's also Three of Cups, which could be an engagement. Then we have the engagement, Three of Cups and Five of Cups spilled. And so those are gone. Whatever was focused on, they're gone now. Then we have Ace of Cups reversed. And then we have the Page of Cups reversed. All the proposal type of cards are in reverse. So again, this Page of Pentacles for some people could be a proposal. And you're single and you're like, hey, I'm all myself. I don't need anything else. I don't need another pentacle. Because as a Nine of Pentacles, if I get another pentacle, I'm 10 of Pentacles. Now I'm married and trapped. Okay? Or I have this job and now I'm trapped. But whatever it is, whatever offer is being made is going down. This is saying turn it down, turn it down. It's at least, 3 times in here? No, 4 times. Now, with the Four of Swords in here and the Four of Cups, some of you are bored and lonely, okay? But don't let that make you fall back into this devil toxic situation. And I don't really see you being boring, okay? Because Four of Cups, pardon me, Four of Cups isn't reversed. If you're wanting a relationship to work, I feel like it's very unhealthy. But if you're like just completely going for it, try a new approach, okay? The Chariot reversed is not the right approach. But okay, going back to your strength, you're going to put an end to a situation. You're no longer going to be juggling like work and love. You're also not going to be overspending anymore. You're going to put a stop to that. You're also going to put a stop to conversations with this person, I guess I should say. You're going to end a connection, especially an on and off again romance with some of these cards here, like the Three of Swords, for instance. Because King of Cups is in here, even though he's in reverse, I feel like a financial disaster is going to be avoided. But here, this is making a decision. And the decision is between the Seven of Swords reversed and the Empress. So what I'm seeing here is Seven of Swords reversed is talking about caught being sneaky or caught leaving. And the Empress reversed is talking about the need for truth. And funnily enough, Seven of Swords does say seek the truth. So we have need for truth or seeking the truth, and then the need for truth but not seeking it. So those are really two options here. And I'm saying you're going to make a decision finally. Some of you, this is loss of personal power, and this is getting your power back. So you guys are going to take your power back. You're going to seek the truth. Some of you are going to be a single parent. Maybe the pregnancy isn't what you've lost, but maybe you were pregnant and somebody didn't want the pregnancy, and so they end up leaving. And so that could be you being a single parent. But honestly, I feel like whatever's lacking meaning in your life, you're gonna go and you're gonna make it meaningful in some way. Again, with devil here, I'm seeing creative expression blocked, but again, just blocked expression, so that they need to not talk to somebody. With the devil, I'm also seeing difficulty conceiving. Okay, that's definitely here. It could have been an abusive relationship, some kind of a stifling relationship with the Pentacle and Nine of Pentacles here. I see somebody's offering this, but it's really stifling. Also, with the Moon and Ten of Pentacles put together, that's a surprise pregnancy. Anyway, this is unhealthy. And if you've caused this person a grievance, okay, you may not know it. And they could be seeking revenge. Because death here does say a long time a relationship will end due to a perceived grievance. And it could be something having to do with pregnancy. If this was a physically violent relationship, there is a possibility of a loss of a child through violence. And that could be why the Three of Pentacles is here with pregnancy, as opposed to a third party. I feel like you have abandonment issues. And whatever's happened with the devil, the Tower, which usually says dire consequences as a result of addiction, the Tower also tells me that this isn't really your choice. So it's either you're addicted or it's like you're trapped. Okay? But you're getting freedom with the Tower here. Again, I'm going to just reiterate, you're getting away from the devil. Also, Tower speaks of rebirth. So I feel like there's a chance eventually of pregnancy, but not with this particular person. So you're going to take your power back. You're going to be that person who's like, woman, hear me roar, because the Empress is a woman. Some of you are going to go get your education. And be better at a job, especially if you've lost one. You're going to go and get what you need to be better. But let's go into your other issues or obstacles, or what the cards are daring you to do. We have the King of Wands. Could be dealing with a fire sign, but this is just overall being noble, being honest and conscientious. This could be, again, somebody that you know through work, so it may not have to do with a job. It just could be somebody that you've known there. It could be an attractive male. But either way, I'm seeing attractive people are here. But I'm also seeing, do not be somebody's secret lover, okay? If somebody really wants you, they're going to make it known. So no secrecy, like the Moon might suggest. This person's unavailable. Like, this is a married man kind of card. And so your dare is you be unavailable, okay? All right, we also have Death Reverse, so could be dealing with a Scorpio. This tells me you're longing for the past. And so that's something that needs to be overcome. You're fearing this change that is coming with the Tower, but don't be afraid of it. Some of you may fall back into no recovery. So kind of get recovery, falling off, no recovery. So again, just get back up, okay? Nothing wrong with doing something again. And I feel like you may have no motivation. There's a lot of depression. And the blocked expression could be blocked grief. We do have the Four of Swords, which can be awake. And then we have the Five of Cups, which could be like a funeral. So this could be over, a passing of somebody really important to you. Yeah, if there was like a pregnancy or a loss of a child, even if they weren't in the womb, just a loss of a child, that is really weighing on you, and you're really focused on it. Oh, sorry. Oh. And also seeing you don't have a support system. You need a support system. So if you're not longing for an obsession with an old love, that kind of thing, it could be just obsessed with this, with a child, okay? And death, right next to the sun, says there's always a silver lining, okay? So keep positive. There's always hope. Okay, now with the sun reverse, it says there's going to be good fortune. But it is going to be bittersweet because there's something that came before it. I'm also seeing more depression, okay? But it's all temporary. Your intuition's very high with the moon over here. It's going to lead you to the right person, whether in love or in jobs, okay? And with the Chariot here, even though it's reversed, I'm seeing you are going to have a victory. You are going to have freedom. It's going to be delayed. And it's likely that there's just an unanticipated turn of events with the Tower here. Some kind of an obstacle or a setback, but it's going to be overcome. But don't lose your enthusiasm. Don't lose your positivity. Okay, that's one of your dares. Okay, your potential outcome. There's 3 people in your, well, technically there's 4 people in your potential outcome. Okay, they're all court cards. We have 2 queens, Queen of Cups reversed and Queen of Pentacles. This Page of Pentacles is you, and I feel that this Queen of Pentacles is you too. But then we have 2 water signs, the Queen of Cups and the King of Cups. These are people who are definitely together, or they have some kind of a relationship connection, but they're both in reverse. So they are not happy. They are not working well together. It's probably because this Queen of Pentacles person has come in the middle, which could be possibly you. And we also have Knight of Wands. And earlier I was talking about the Page of Pentacles, I believe, and then Knight of Wands, or maybe it was the Devil. It's been a while since I've talked about it, but it talks about a bully. So somebody, like this King of Cups reversed, totally a bully. Queen of Cups reversed is vindictive. And I'm seeing that somebody's going to try and not seek revenge. They may want to, but I don't think they're going to, with death here. But just be aware that's possible. And there may be a fire sign, like with this Knight of Wands and King of Wands. They're both upright, which is good. They may come around and help you be more independent and more successful on your own. And then earlier, with the 6 of Cups and then the King and Queen of Cups, I see, again, balancing your adult and child. Especially when it comes to a pregnancy. So we do have some pregnancy stuff here. I'm seeing balancing adult and child. So kind of almost like balancing your past, integrating it into yourself. But again, there is a couple, most likely a water sign couple that's not getting along, most likely due to you. If for perhaps some reason you are a person who became pregnant and it was not wanted, that could be a situation of sadness for you because it could end a relationship possibly with a water sign.